This represents a significant missing piece to the history of archaeology in the period of the New Kingdom. That's second half of the second millennium BC.
For the first time in more than a century, a new royal Egyptian tomb has been discovered. Egyptian officials announced Tuesday the discovery of the tomb of King Thutmose II.
Oh, wow. It's inscribed stone.
In the shadow of the great limestone cliffs that form the western bank of the Nile, opposite the modern city of Luxor, lies a region known as the Western Wadis, a labyrinth of dry riverbeds carved into the Theban massif, where for thousands of years the living and the dead walked side by side in silence. Here, archaeologists uncovered what appears to be the long-lost tomb of Thutmose II, a pharaoh of the 18th Dynasty, whose brief reign and subsequent obscurity have long obscured his final resting place. Thutmose II ascended the throne approximately 1493 BCE, following his father Thutmose I, but his rule is generally considered modest when compared with his half-sister and wife Hatshepsut, or his son and successor Thutmose III. Though the historical record is scant, we do know that he married his half-sister Hatshepsut, a union that reinforced royal legitimacy, and that he died young, leaving a king in waiting. The monuments that bear his name are few, and scholars have long speculated about the final destination of his remains. Until now. The tomb, designated Wadi C4, lies in a remote wadi near the Valley of the Kings. Its discovery followed years of specialized survey work, remote sensing, and painstaking excavation of waterborne debris. It is now considered the first undisputed New Kingdom pharaoh's tomb to be located in the region since the famed discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. Upon entering the passage, including a staircase and a descending corridor partially blocked by hardened flood sediment, excavators were confronted with clues reserved for royalty. A ceiling painted deep blue and scattered with yellow stars, decoration typically reserved for a king's tomb, confirmed the site's identity. Alabaster jar fragments inscribed with the throne name of Thutmose II, A Keper Onre, and the name of Hatshepsut sealed the attribution. The tomb's architecture reflects both tradition and circumstance. Carved directly into the rock, it follows a bent-axis layout, one long descending corridor that turns 90 degrees and continues toward the burial chamber, a design that became standard for New Kingdom royal tombs. Yet its location at the base of a slope and beneath natural waterfalls made it vulnerable to catastrophic flooding. Archaeologists found evidence that flash floods inundated the tomb soon after its sealing, depositing several meters of sediment and altering its structure. This may explain why the burial goods are sparse or missing. The contents may have been relocated by the ancient priests to prevent total loss. Though much of the surface decoration has been stripped or lost to water damage, vestiges of the funerary text known as the Amduat remain on fragments of plaster. The Amduat describes the sun god's nightly journey through the underworld and was reserved for kings alone, marking this tomb as belonging to royalty rather than a court official. A blue background ceiling flecked with gold stars evokes the eternal night sky, aligning the pharaoh with celestial realms and emphasizing his resurrection in the afterlife. Though the tomb has been identified, the mummy of Thutmose II was not found within it. Rather, the body was discovered in the 19th century, among the royal mummies in a secondary cache at Deir el-Bahari. This suggests that the original burial may have been disturbed during antiquity, and that his body and perhaps the funerary equipment were relocated for safekeeping. Scholars believe the flood risk and tomb instability led to this early removal, leaving only fragments of the original interment context behind. In a reign overshadowed by greater rulers, Thutmose II's final resting place offers a new window into the transition from the early to the mature New Kingdom. The scale of the architecture, the choice of decorative program, and the selection of tomb location reflect royal ambition. Yet the very vulnerability of the site, a hidden canyon exposed to nature's fury, speaks of the fragility of human designs. The discovery underscores how even the powerful may fall prey to forces beyond their control. The revelation of Thutmose II's tomb is significant not only because of the king himself, but because it fills a crucial gap in one of ancient Egypt's most important dynasties. For decades, the early kings of the 18th Dynasty lacked securely identified tombs. With this discovery, archaeologists now have a firm piece of the puzzle regarding royal burial practices, tomb design evolution, and the shifting geology of the Western necropolis. It opens new questions. Was there a secondary, intact tomb of Thutmose II still undiscovered? Why was this tomb chosen despite its flood risk? How many funerary goods were lost or relocated? And what might they tell us about the pharaoh's reign? The site invites fresh study of ancient Egyptian logistics, religious belief, and architectural adaptation. As we peer into the darkened corridors of Wadi C4 and reflect on the painted stars above the pharaoh's head, we confront a world where kings sought eternity, yet nature held the final key. The tomb of Thutmose II sits as both monument and mystery, a royal enclosure carved in rock, touched by water, and now finally revealed. In the end, the question remains. In a civilization built on secrecy and symbolism, what treasures still lie hidden? What stories remain unspoken beneath the desert's shifting sands? And how many more lost pharaohs wait just out of view, waiting for a team to clear the debris, unlock the passage, and illuminate the room where a king was laid to rest? As we uncover more pieces of this ancient mystery, your perspective matters just as much as the discoveries themselves. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and let me know what you think about the story of Thutmose II and his long-lost tomb. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and brings more ancient secrets to light.